Hi guys, back again. Revolution Performance Motoring. Once again, my name is Eddie Twincam. I will be installing a Mst Intake. Finally, pretty stoked about that right now. So I will be installing it to an A91 Toyota Supra for those first time seeing this channel. Right now I'm going to be removing two of these bolts right here and here, which is E14 socket. 3/8 ratchet. All right, once that's removed, once again we got to remove this tab here. You pry up, right? Once you pry up, lift down and remove. Simple as that. All right guys, so right here with a small flathead, pop that up, squeeze this tab down, and you could easily remove it. Once you remove that, now with a flathead we want to remove this, loosen this, so we're able to get the air box out. Okay guys, so once you remove that, now we would like to remove the whole air box. Okay, all right guys, this tab right here was real pain in the butt to remove. So as you see right there, that little grip right there, right here, there's one on the other side. You got to squeeze those two together so that center piece and the underneath it could lift up and you were able to remove it, but you're still gonna have a little struggle removing it. Then as you see the tube for the intake, right, which is a snap ring, this is facing towards the bottom, which these two tabs you have to grab and bring it down to a release so you're able to take this off. All right guys, so this section here right there, right, we're gonna be removing with a flathead to break it loose. Guys, as you see, I broke it loose as so. Save the ring just in case later in the future you want to switch it back to OEM, so you kind of know the diameter if you want to get another hose clamp. All right guys, we're gonna open up, see what we got here. All right. Good wrapping. I'm guessing this is probably the top cover right here. We have the intake with the hose clamp. Alright, we have the clamps sticker. They also kind enough to send us an air freshener. We have the actual box. Right here. Real good quality. Alright. And then here's our tube that we'll be putting the air sensor to. Alright guys, this is what we got with the kit. The 3 clamps, MST air freshener, MST sticker, a nice keychain they gave us, hose clamp, hose coupling, nice air filter, MST, the instructions right there. And then we have the box, the lid, which is underneath, and then the intake tube right here, so you guys can check out the quality of it. Pretty good, pretty nice. All right guys, now right here we're gonna remove these 2 screws with a T20 TORX bit. All right guys, once you remove the sensor, you want to save the screws for future in case you decide to go back to OEM. As you see, the sensor is out. We will be installing it right here to the intake. It's gonna come with 8mm Allens. We'll need a 3mm Allen key. All right guys, got the sensor on. Those socket head cap screws, they're either 3mm or 4mm socket head cap screws offhand. Sorry, I didn't mean to say 8mm. And the Allen key that we do use, we'll be using, is a 3mm to go ahead and crank it down, snug it a bit. You don't want to over crank, you don't want to break the air temp sensor whatsoever. Now that we got that installed, we'll put the coupling on the OEM hose that's going to be connected back to the turbo. You would like to install that clip back on. All right guys, as you see, back on, got the breather air clamp back on right there. Right, there's one section also, you see that clamp right there that goes onto there? That one was another little tough one to come out. It kind of squeezes down on there. We're going to be reinstalling that back and adding the 2 clamps right here. Alright guys, we're going to be installing the plate for the intake. Right there, use a 14mm wrench, loosen it up a bit, then you can go ahead and slide it in. The other end's going to go right there with the, I think it's a 8mm bolt with the 2 washers and the nylon nut. Alright, as you see, snuck it in there, right? Now, right here, that's where we'll be installing the bolt, the screws, the 2 washers and the nylon nut. Okay, the 8mm bolt, the 2 washers and the nylon nut, right exactly here. Alright guys, like so. You got the 8mm with the washer, 2 washers and the nylon nut right here. I think it's a M10 if I'm right, with a 14mm right there, snugged in. Alright guys, tying down the 2 hose clamps there, tying down the hose clamp for your air intake, nice MST intake. Alright, once all that's done, grab your air intake sensor, lock it down. Alright, and then now we just gotta add the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M3 socket head cap screws for the cover. Alright guys, all installed. So like I said, 5 of the 3mm socket head Allen screws. Alright, this partially gets tucked under right here under the cover. Alright, everything's on, sensor back on, 2 clamps on. We're about to do the first startup with it. Far everything good. Alright, that'll be the end of this video.